We live in a society that celebrates the high achievers, the number 10, to put it in a football language. The influencer with most followers, the athlete with most trophies, the business people with the greatest personal wealth. It's the winner-takes-all model, where the winners take all the rewards. The winner-takes-all model does not simply apply to sport people and celebrities. You can find it in today's world of firms and cities too. Google, for instance, is the undisputed leader in search engine. Tesla is the number 10 of firms competing in electric vehicles. New York is the number 10 city in US, London in England, Milan in Italy. Welcome to the era of superstar cities, an elite group of alpha cities that live in their own world. They attract capital, talents, and ideas from all over the world, and they never stop growing. The triumph of the city, to cite a famous work from Ed Glazer of Harvard University, is a very fascinating concept. But it can have side effects too. Yes, because the astronomical growth of places like New York, London, but also Bangalore and Shanghai is often coupled with the stagnation or even decline of other cities, perhaps less appealing, less famous of alpha cities. Cities that are increasingly seeing their talents and ideas relocating to superstar cities. There's a growing body of evidence suggesting that this divide is growing by the day. For instance, 75% of investments in startups in US ends up in 3 states only: New York, California, and Massachusetts. Real estate data help us understand this phenomenon even better. An apartment in Manhattan can buy up to 20 houses in Atlanta. And Europe is no different. The average value of a property in Milan is today about 3 times of that in Turin, one of Italy's former powerhouses. Now, some of you might find it difficult to relate this economic concept to your own city. No one really wants to admit that we live in a secondary place. But in reality, the innovation game today is becoming a game for few cities only. And the number of cities that are increasingly marginalized on this game is growing by the day. And there are political implications about this too. In fact, the more and more we're moving to a game that is polarized, the more we have people that live in so-called left-behind places. Why is this divide so important then? This divide is important because there's some economic implications that we need to address. The polarization of innovation, in fact, fuels inequality. This is not the inequality we got to know in the past, the inequality across country between the famous north and south of the world. This type of inequality happens within country. And this is why, in the past years, I decided to study innovation in unexpected places. Innovation in places that do not belong to the global network of superstar cities, but that nonetheless were able to find a way to generate innovation at local level. For instance, Galway, in the remote coast of Atlantic Ireland, one of the poorest regions in Europe in the 80s, is today home to a vibrant tech ecosystem, attracting talents, ideas, and capital from all over the world. Or Hyderabad in India, that despite being located in the same region of Bangalore, the dominant city in the tech scene in India, has been able to generate and sustain its own local ecosystem, and is growing fast. Places like Galway in Ireland, Hyderabad in India, but also Bologna in Italy and Durham in North Carolina, are places that show us that a different model is possible. A model where innovation doesn't need to happen in few places only, but it can happen everywhere. And there's more. There's a specific message that we can read across these cities. It's a message of hope. It's a message of future planning possibilities. There's a model connecting these cities. It's a model built on 3 pillars. The first, multinational and global connectivity. The second is the cooperation between the public and the private, with the university playing a central role. And the third, is local entrepreneurs. Now, this is the model that I hope can be embraced by other cities. Cities that want to design a better future for themselves and for the next generations. Generations that can decide to leave if they want, to come back one day, or perhaps not to leave at all. Because in the end, there's only one place that we call home.